at 9:57 a.m. We are going to be talking with Aadila Sirkhoth. She is the Regional Fundraising Coordinator at Islamic Relief South Africa, and we're going to be talking Gaza, the first anniversary. Assalamu alaikum to you, Aadila. Welcome to the program.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah for having us.
Lovely to have you guys on air, because it's always about all of the hard work you guys do to uplift humanity all around the world. Allah accept all of your efforts, inshallah. But today we're specifically focusing on 1 year on regarding the genocide in Gaza. It's really hard to believe that an entire year of onslaught in Gaza has been perpetrated, and so there's no end in sight regarding apartheid Israel's bombardment. Can you give us a brief overview of this man-made crisis and the destruction that Islamic Relief has been responding to in this past year?
I think it's very difficult to put into words the devastation or the scale of devastation that Gaza has endured over the last year. Since October 7th, Gaza has been under continuous onslaught of bombings and military attacks, and with this has resulted in 42,000 people being killed. More than 16,000 of these are kids, and then we have 11,000 women. Over 95,000 people have been injured, and another 10,000 people are missing. Many of the missings are trapped under rubble, with around 96% of these 10,000 people being missing being women and children. The Israeli government is systematically targeting civilian areas. The people of Gaza have to move from one place to another, and then they're still faced with bombardment. The situation in Gaza is dire. Families are struggling. There's a shortage of food, there's a shortage of fuel, there's a shortage of medicine. Diseases such as cholera, waterborne diseases, illnesses, respiratory infections are on the rise because nowhere is safe, nowhere is clean. Islamic Relief, along with other humanitarian organizations, have faced severe challenges in trying to reach those in need. Aid convoys are regularly blocked and delayed at borders. The Israeli forces have even targeted humanitarian aid workers and medical staff. This is a man-made disaster, and without immediate and sustained international pressure, this crisis will only worsen.
Aadila, you speak about, you shared some numbers of the amount of people that were killed, or rather murdered, in Gaza, and the conservative figure stands at 42,000. But other sources are telling us that more than likely it's sitting in the 200,000s, which is very, very plausible, absolutely, and shocking. It's almost as if the apartheid Israel is absolutely intent on wiping out Palestinians from the face of the earth. But, with collective du'as and our support of other people all around the world, the Palestinian people will overcome, and they will be, they will really get returned to their birthright, their land. How has Islamic Relief been responding to the incomprehensible scale of devastation?
Alhamdulillah, Islamic Relief is present and working in Gaza. We have been for over 25 years. We have been providing humanitarian aid assistance to families suffering for the blockade for 76 years. However, the past year has forced us to shift our focus entirely to emergency response. The scale of destruction has required all our resources and efforts to be undivided. It has been diverted to ensure that as many people as possible receive life-saving aid because of the extreme challenges. Since the escalation in violence, our team on the ground, despite being affected by the destructions themselves, they have been working tirelessly to ensure essential aid is reaching the people daily. We have distributed clean water to about 80,000 people every day. This is a critical need given that much of Gaza's water infrastructure has been destroyed. In addition, we've supplied over 381,000 people with hygiene and dignity kits. This is to help them preserve and help prevent the spread of the diseases in shelters where sanitation is minimal. When families lose their homes in the bombings, we step in and distribute warm clothes, blankets, and makeshift tents to 45,000 families. We've also provided portable toilets for over 70,000 people, an urgent requirement in overcrowded shelters. This is just about providing immediate relief, but about preventing further loss of life from secondary impact of the conflict. As part of our efforts to combat the challenges, we've been able to distribute over 40 million hot meals in partnership with the World Food Programme. We've done 250,000 fresh vegetable packs and 25,000 food vouchers, which families can use to purchase essential goods when possible. However, due to the blockade, access to food is limited, as we all know. We've also provided nutritional supplies to 35,000 people, especially those in high risk of malnutrition, including children and pregnant women. Islamic Relief is doing everything in its power to respond, but the needs are overwhelming, and the situation is deteriorating day by day. The lack of humanitarian access is combined with the ongoing bombardment is making it extremely difficult to sustain these efforts.
And sadly, what you mentioned a little earlier on is that aid workers and humanitarian workers are also at risk now. I mean, apartheid Israel bombed hospitals and killed hundreds of thousands of health workers. So that just, and of course, journalists as well. So why would they spare aid workers and humanitarian workers? They wouldn't. In fact, It suits them to target humanitarian and aid workers as well. To wrap up then, Aadila, given the enormous challenges on the ground in Gaza, what are the most urgent needs right now, and how can people get involved to support Islamic relief efforts in Palestine?
Like I said, the needs on the ground in Gaza is overwhelming, and they're growing day by day. The most urgent priorities right now include food, clean water, and medical supplies to millions of displaced and vulnerable people. Children in particular are facing acute malnutrition, and the lack of clean water is causing the widespread of waterborne diseases. So also healthcare is on the brink of collapse. Hospitals are running out of medical supplies and fuel to power essential equipment. Water infrastructures have been heavily damaged, so our teams are focused on distributing clean water to prevent further disease outbreak. For people who want to support Islamic relief efforts in Gaza, there are several ways to get involved. First and foremost, donations are critical right now. Islamic Relief is on the ground delivering food, medical supplies, and clean water. We need more resources to scale up our operation. Every donation, no matter how small, directly contributes to saving lives and providing essential support for the people of Gaza. You can donate through Islamic Relief's Palestine Emergency Appeal, which ensures the contribution goes directly to those in Palestine in need. Spreading awareness is vital. After a year, we know that sharing verified information about the situation in Gaza on social media, talking to our friends and family, and encouraging them to contribute and support the powerful message is very, very important. And after a year of relentless violence, the people of Gaza are suffering like never before. Islamic Relief has been on the ground for over 2 decades, but the current crisis is unprecedented. We need your help more than ever. Your support to the Palestine Emergency Appeal will just make a difference in the lives of those in Palestine. So the ways that they can support Islamic Relief is by donating to our Palestine Emergency Appeal and then just speaking about it.
Inshallah, inshallah. Wonderful talking to you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your efforts and may you all be richly rewarded. That was Aadila Sirkhoth, IRSA Regional Fundraising Coordinator, talking to us about Islamic Relief commemorating 1 year since October the 7th. Of course, and that was advocating for Palestinian rights and humanitarian aid. That's where we wrap up for today. Thank you indeed for your time. We hope you've enjoyed all of the interviews this morning as much as we are grateful for your company. From me till tomorrow morning at the same time, let me just also tell you that we're now going to play out a clip heard on air. Deputy Ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran to South Africa, Mehdi Salehi, will be talking to us. This was a pre-recorded interview. Please do take a listen to that. Thank you for being with me till tomorrow morning. A shout out to our two producers, a content producer, Nasreen Naidu, and behind the controls is Abdul Salam. Assalamu alaikum from me, Julie Ali.